welcome for another awesome episode of the First and Fifth Son podcast with those two brothers from the same mother. It's me, Pony B, RVB Baker Jr., and we got my brother over here.
I'm Jonathan Baker. Y'all know who it is. Big Park in the building today. What's going on, world?
As always, we appreciate y'all checking us out and stuff. And today we're going to start it off with something that was a pleasant surprise to me, blessed to me by the fabulous Big Bark. And it's a picture from my past, man. Y'all go dig this, man. You really got to keep those pictures because you never know whose day you're going to make when you bring them back up. And this picture, let me go ahead and bring that up for y'all real quick.
People don't even be taking pictures no more.
Oh man, this picture was taken with one of those little bitty raggedy phones that has the not just film, but it's like 33 millimeter film that come in a daisy disc. And man, when did I send this to you, Jonathan?
Sure, man, you sent that to me when I was in reform school. I was about maybe 15 years old.
Yeah, so this is like 92, 93, something like that.
I had to be it had to either be 91 or 92 for sure.
Okay, yeah, so that was probably
either 89, 90, 91.
Well, I was still in Germany till 92. I got back. This was at Fort Bragg, so it must have been 92. But either way, it's old as hell.
Had to be 92.
Yeah,
that's
man.
That's old.
And
I had my in my picture book from way back then.
Yeah, that is a picture of me on a fun jump. And you even sent me the picture of the plane that I was jumping out of. On weekends, we get to take proficiency jumps. Look how skinny I was, man. That parachute that probably weighed as much as I do.
You all uniform right there, buddy.
Oh yeah, ready for action. That's what we called our Hollywood jump because when we jump like that, we don't have our weapons and stuff with us. So it's just a nice, relaxing jump with no weight on us. And this is the plane that I jumped out of. Let me go ahead and try to bring that up for y'all.
Relaxing jump. That shit.
Oh yeah.
I'd have been scared as hell.
Oh man. Hey, scared is another way of saying you thrilled. And I was always thrilled on every jump. So
yeah.
If you can see that plane, let's see. Can you make it out, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's clear as day.
Did it make it bigger?
Yeah.
Oh, we cooking with Crisco now. That plane is called Casa 212. It's a civilian plane. And basically what they do is let down the tailgate out the back and about 8 to 10 of us can pile in there. And then when we get to the right height over the DZ, we just run straight out the back of that joker. And here's another funny thing about that plane. We got to get on one at a time because if too many people get on it at the same time, it's so light, we actually lift the front end of the plane up.
So y'all got to go on and start waiting down the front, right?
Yep. And since I was the last jumper on that, I was all the way to the back to the front of the plane by the pilot. So when they was flying, basically my butt was in the pilot's face until it was time for us to jump.
Damn.
Man, that was some good times, man. Man, you really stirred up, brought back some great memories for me right there, Big Barker.
Hey, man, when I was in reform school, man, you sent those pictures, man. And I was like, man, I got some pictures of my brother jumping out of a plane. Everybody gathered around. I was the only motherfucker in there getting pictures of a motherfucker jumping out of a plane. Everybody gathered around. And they was like, man, that's your brother? I'm like, yeah, he in the army. I said, man, he ain't jumping out of no plane. I'm like, man, look. Everybody looking at it, they was like, damn, everybody was mesmerized. We was kids, we was in I guess it was about 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
Everybody was tripping off of it. Bert was in there too, you know what I'm saying? But everybody didn't have relatives in the army like that. Most of those kids, some of them had good parents that was working and stuff. Some of them may have, but the guys who was in the dormitory with me, the 39 other guys, nobody in there had a relative who was jumping out of airplanes and shit. Their brother, at least,
Yeah.
Getting any pictures of it.
I actually sent you and Bertram quite a few of the pictures of me jumping out of the plane. I actually took some when I actually was out of the plane, snapping some pictures. So
right.
That was a great time just to share that with y'all. But being able to.
Mama probably got those though.
She could, but the big thing with me is just being able to stay in contact with y'all and in some kind of way kind of keep y'all spirits up and stuff. Because it really messed me up when y'all had to go to reform school, boy. And then when I came to see y'all, you remember that? I know I got some pictures of that. I came to see y'all, and it was right before I was going to Germany. I had like all black on. I had a guest jacket on, and we took a picture where you and Bertrand was standing on the side. And I think I was squatting down. And y'all had your hand on my shoulder.
Yeah, I think we was in the gym or something.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember this shit. That's been so long. I'm talking about that's like been totally wiped out of my memory. I can't even remember that.
Hey, it was
I'm
decades
you
ago.
Remember it.
I remember it because it was first of all, y'all being locked up. That is something that's never gonna leave my mental. But the other thing was it was my first time leaving the United States. You know, it was one thing to leave y'all behind to join the army, but then I got assigned to Germany, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna see y'all again. I could die over there. Who knows? So when I came to see y'all, it was a big importance just to let y'all know, hey, y'all still got a big brother that love y'all, even though y'all started sprouting up over me by that time.
Yeah, we was
big as hell.
Like
but I definitely made it my mission to see y'all before I got on that plane overseas. So yeah, man, some great memories. But I'm not gonna kick up the memories too much at this point. I'm gonna bring up some other stuff. But before I bring up my stuff, I know you want to talk a little bit about your truckers talk, because that's something that's very important, not just to us loving the truckers, but to the United States as a whole.
Oh yeah, well, this week on this segment of Truckers Talk, hit them horns, baby. Yeah. All right, man, I got some simple stuff today. I know if any truckers looking at this, y'all can always relate. And for those of y'all who are not truckers, y'all can just take notes, because these are some things that we supposed to do. I'm gonna say most of us do it directly and indirectly. Whether we log it on our log, we're supposed to log it every day, which is a pre-trip in the morning. Okay, you do a pre-trip, you basically check all the components of the truck, look under the truck, check your tires, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you find anything wrong with it, you could go ahead and try to get it fixed, do a little preventative maintenance and just get out ahead of the problem before it put you on the side of the road. So you also got to do what they call a post-trip when you park your truck at night. And then in between all that, when you're driving, you're supposed to do every time you stop, you're supposed to check the trucks, check the tires, check under the hood, look under the hood. You know what I'm saying? You stop to take your 30-minute break or whatever. You got to do things like that, kind of just ensure that you don't have a blowout, don't have a coolant leak or your coolant run out. You ain't got a gallon or two of water in your truck, because a big rig take at least about 6. I think it'll take about, some of them take 10 to 12 gallons of coolant. So nobody's riding around with 10, 12 gallons of coolant in their truck, in their big rig. And if you get a blowout, if you got a heavy load, 40,000 pounds, depending on what tire on that trailer or which axle that's blew out. If you're driving a box man, if you're driving a flatbed like I do, or a step deck, you won't be able to move that truck because the weight will be off center, and a lot of different things could happen. So that's the purpose of the pre-trip and the post-trip. All right, so that's just one of the most necessary, common things that a trucker have to do to keep the truck going effectively, efficiently, and safely. I'm gonna go back a little bit, but yeah. So that's the purpose of doing a pre-trip and a post-trip, so that we can make sure that it's one of the biggest parts of safety. Like I said, whether you do it directly or indirectly, a trucker, I'm not gonna say the average trucker, but truckers, period, supposed to be pre-tripping, post-tripping, and checking the load every stop. That's the most frequent. Every time you stop, or every 100 to every 150 miles. So that's the rules of engagement when you. That's what most companies call for, and safety. So y'all make sure y'all doing the pre-trips and post-trips and checking every 100, every 150 miles, every time you stop, checking around that truck, doing preventative maintenance. Boom. All right, that's it on that truckers talk. Harv, what else you got, man?
Hey, man, I want to get back into some old memories down, memory lane that you brought up with some of those pictures. But before I do that, man, I got to make sure that Sarah Baker's in the house right now. I got to make sure that our audience understands the assignment. What they said, they understood the assignment. That's something that they say these days.
Right.
Here's
right.
the assignment. When you check out First and Fifth Son podcast, the first thing we need you to do is hit that like button. Boom. Hit
and
the
subscribe.
like button. The second thing we need you to do is subscribe, like Big Barker just said. Boom. Subscribe. And the last thing I need y'all to do, that's mandatory. The other stuff is optional, but mandatory, is leave a comment. A lot of you have been saying some good things, and we really appreciate it. But we want to have that in that comment section. So when people are perusing through, they can see that and read that about us. Plus, it gives us an opportunity to see what you have to do and see if we can add that on to the next episode of our podcast. So please do those three things right there. And we're going to be all right.
I got a little bit to add on top of that.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't know how to use YouTube. Okay, for one, I keep sending it out to certain people, family members mostly, friends mostly, letting them know. Subscribe and follow or subscribe. It's free. That's what I try to explain that to everybody. But I just tell you, subscribe. It's free. Okay? Yeah. I might say subscribe to the podcast on me. It's free. And a lot of people don't understand that it's free. But I'm telling you it's free. So that when you subscribe to it, when people hear the word subscribe, they think that there's paying involved. You don't have to pay. You just subscribe to it so that you can see every time we release an episode, you can see it. You'll know about it. It'll send you a notification. And that's the reason why we asking you all to subscribe. And that way we won't be blowing y'all up on Facebook or Messenger, sending you letting you know the next episode is out. So yeah, subscribe. It's free.
I'm gonna tell you, this thing is so important to us that I just took the time to bring up one of our first episode because I want people to see exactly where to go. Now, those that know, you can go ahead and laugh along with us, but there are some people that don't know, and I want to make sure that they're getting this good information and doing it. So here we go. Here is what you're going to see on YouTube. If you're on a computer, it might be small on the phone. You go right down here to this area with the thumbs up and you click that joker. Boom. I got to sign in, but you can go ahead and share it too if you want to, but we need you to share that with your friends and stuff. But we also want y'all to comment on this joker. Now, remember we were talking about that subscribe button? This red button right here is the subscribe button. You don't have to do nothing but hit it. You don't have to give up an account number. You don't have to do anything but hit that subscribe. So do that and put some comments down here too. We appreciate that. So there you go. Like, subscribe, comments. Boom. So I think we covered that one pretty good. What you think, Big Barker?
In a nutshell, man. In a nutshell. And if y'all feeling a little ashamed about not knowing how to work it, well,
don't feel ashamed.
Join the club, because I didn't know it was free to subscribe neither. Because it was in my mind like, damn, subscribe, man, that's a subscription. I gotta pay for that. I ain't subscribing to that. But it's free, y'all. So subscribe, man. And thank everybody for viewing the last one. I think we ran it up a little bit. We trying to run it up a little further. So
as far as keep on go.
Working with it. Yes, sir.
There's no top number for it. Whatever number we got, we try to top that one.
That's right. Running. We just getting started, man. And I'm telling you, y'all hold on for the ride because the momentum is building. We and by the spring, by the summer, we gonna be in another atmosphere with this thing.
Yeah, and the atmosphere meaning like in y'all town. you might see us roll up on y'all and put up cameras. Like my brother said before, we might pull up on you. Pull up on you.
Most definitely. Y'all look out for that, man, because we coming, man. In the summer, we gonna be clowning. We gonna be clowning hard for the summertime. We subject to be anywhere.
Anywhere. Talk about
any
anything.
dispensary, any state. And like you said, the topics are going to be unlimited. And we gonna have a lot of guests. So y'all stay tuned. We just getting started.
Stay for the ride. You're gonna enjoy it. Well, like I said before, I went on that little rant about hitting that like and subscribe. I want to go back to the family memories, man. Again, this is Black History Month. We should be celebrating Black History 365. But one thing about Black history and American history is the legacy of the family. And man, you sent me something that man, it touched my heart, man. We really
those
need to
pictures,
get home.
I was telling you about those.
Yeah, we really need to get home and pull more of those pictures out. And I want to just share this with our audience. One of the pictures that you sent to us. Now, that top picture is our great-grandmother, Mommy. And I know some people right now are having their heart filled with joy from all the days that they remember being around Mommy when she was here. She lived to be 100 years old. And then the picture right under there is our grandmother, Corrine T. Smith. We just lost her recently a couple of years ago, pancreatic cancer, but she was definitely the matriarch of the family that kept us together. And she is the reason why we're here right now, emboldened to do whatever comes to our mind to do, because she raised us like that. She raised us to be leaders.
Look at the color of that wrapping paper that she unwrapping that gift.
Oh yeah, let me get you another picture of here.
The red, the black, and the green. Man.
Yeah, I got another picture. Hold on, because I went ahead and made them close up. Don't worry, I got you. I got you.
Look, I was trying to see who was sitting in that chair at Mommy's house when she was standing right there. Somebody sitting in that chair. I don't know who that is.
That
might be Thaniel.
I was about to say it might be Thaniel. That looked like a Thaniel head with a Jerry curl.
Thaniel.
Oh,
yeah, it might be Thaniel.
Foogaboo.
On Foogaboo Lane.
Yeah. That might be Thaniel right there.
Shout out on the Thaniel.
Yeah, man. Hey, we need to talk to him, man, because he got a lot of history to share too. And for those that are not sure,
he knows a lot
with the family. Uncle Nathaniel Monroe, was actually adopted by Mommy. So back then they didn't have to do adoption papers or go through the courts to do it in the community, especially African American community. All they had to do was talk to the parent of the kid and say, this is where the kid's going to be at. And that kid stayed over there. They became family. And that's how things became our family member. Because I've always wondered, why is he so much younger than Mommy and Aunt Lou and them, but he's like their brother, like their little brother? Well,
yeah, he was raised with him.
Yeah, Mommy loved him, and the families knew each other. And Mommy said, yeah, I'm going to raise that boy as my own. He mine now. Boom.
Hey,
that was adoption.
Hey, Harvey, I'm looking at this picture with Grandma unwrapping this cordless phone, and now I'm thinking, who gave her that gift? Now all kind of things is rushing through my head about this picture, man. Like who gave grandmother that gift that day? Who took
that's the great thing about these pictures, man. It floods back all kind of memories and questions, not just the rapper like you're doing and seeing that wireless phone that she unwrapping, but check out that ring grandmother got on her left hand.
Yeah, I see that. I see that big old ring she got on her.
Yeah, check out them pearls around her neck.
Oh yeah, she was a classic lady.
That was an era of classic lady that's, I don't know if it could be replicated.
No.
I mean, they were on the class so high that when they answer the phone, they answer the phone in a professional manner, no matter who called. Mm-hmm. And that's something I haven't seen on the cell phones and stuff. But back then, it wasn't no, hey, who this is? Hello, Corrine speaking. Who would you like to speak to? And that used to blow my mind, man. It still does.
that was their day and time, man.
Man.
They own their day and time. Like people say nowadays, you gotta own it.
Yep.
You know, so much has changed. You know, the mannerism, the the lingo, the slang. You know, the way we express ourselves, and it's
way we dress,
and it could be, it could be a good thing and a bad thing, but you know, you got to change with the times, and that's just basically what's going on in our world today. We change with the times. So, yeah.
And I understand that. And I'm never going to be one to knock the new stuff that's going on because just like it looks alien to me at almost 52, I'm sure a lot of stuff we was doing look alien to grandmother and definitely to mommy, you know. So I appreciate the change of the time, but I also like to remember the past where we came from, you know.
Right.
Just like we got a fashion for our day and the youth gonna have a fashion for their day. Let's just take a pause to remember that those people that may not be able to walk too fast anymore, that you know might be a little ailing and gray. They were young too. As a matter of fact, here's a little known fact. I wonder if you knew this, Jonathan. Grandmother used to be a gymnast.
I didn't know this.
Grandmother used to be able to do the backflips, round off, flip flop, backflip, all that stuff, man.
Never knew that.
And the only reason I know that is because I was sitting down, talk to it, telling her about my time in gymnastics. She said, "Yeah, I used to do that." Blew my mind. She didn't call it gymnast. You know what they called them back then? Acrobat.
What's that?
Acrobat,
yeah. Tumblers or something.
No, she said I was an acrobat. I was like, what? In the circus or something? Yeah. She was like, yeah, I used to do all the backflips and the splits and the strength. I was like, wow. I never would have known that because there's no pictures and stuff. But we might need to do a segment just on pictures, Jonathan, because another little known fact about grandmother, I'm pretty sure you knew this. She was an Eastern Star.
Yeah, I knew she was a Eastern Star.
She was a high-level Eastern Star.
I never knew her level, but I knew she was an Eastern Star.
Yeah, she has a prominence. I looked at some of her pictures and dress, and I was like, you know, because I'm not a Mason. I'm like, whoa, grandmother, what's this? What's that? And that's the one thing she wouldn't share with me. She was like, you got to get on that goat before I could talk to you about this.
Well, even though I rode the goat way back, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I am not active right now, but I'm still affiliated with my lodge. Shout out to Roy Willis and Monroe. Mm-hmm. But my grandmother still, she never spoke with me about it. One day she stuck her head out the door. I think we was together, mm-hmm. And she said, John, she seen that's when I had the white Yukon. She was like, Jonathan, which way you traveling? And I didn't catch it. I was just, you know, that's grandmother talking to me. I ain't thinking no Mason talk or no Eastern Star talk. So she said, Jonathan, which way you traveling? I said, oh, me and Harvey about to go to the store. She said, I said, which way you traveling? I never caught it, boy. I'm just steady telling her, we about to go to the store.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know if she must have told me to come here or something. So she said, you supposed to say you traveling east. Mm. And when she told it to me, I knew the response, but just coming from my grandmother, I just never expected for her to say, but that's the only thing she really said to me as far as me being on the square. You know, I was only a third degree. I'm still only a third degree. And that's the only thing grandmother ever said to me as far as her being an Eastern Star. Yeah. And man, it kind of went over my head because I was always just her grandson.
Which way you travel?
Hey, we about to go to the store. Hey, grandma, she was hollering at the damn door. And then she must have finally said, come here, boy. Yeah. I goes over there and she said, you're supposed to say you're traveling east. Don't you got that light on your truck? I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, grandma. I said, well, I didn't know you was talking about that, you know? Yeah. She was like, okay, all right. Yeah.
Grandmother was up in that number, man. And you know, Uncle Willie and them was too, because every time I would come home from the army, he'd be like, boy, you ain't got on that goat yet. And they was like, I can't wait to see you get on that goat. And I was like, why the hell they want me to get on the goat? You know, The hell is the
Yeah.
goat? But it's a lot of history tied up in there, and unfortunately, um, a lot of that history left with grandmother. You know, again, this is one of the reasons why we need to get with our family members while they still here to share that stuff. Because once it's gone, it's gone. Right now, we have some pictures, maybe some books and stuff, but there's nothing like getting it from the source.
And let me tell
So,
you this, not to cut you off, bro. You
no,
just
go
kind
ahead.
of like you got my gears turning in my head.
Yeah.
One of my brothers that I came over with when we
Mhm.
rode that goat. First off, the brother who brought us over, shout out to brother Shaw. We used to call him Shaw Nuff. He was a manager at Partners Barbecue in Monroe, Louisiana, and he was a member. He brought over one of the biggest crew of guys who got made at the same time. I think he was about 15, 20 deep. But anyway, before we could even get accepted, man, that brother brought us into his man cave and made us watch Rosewood. The movie Rosewood has such significance. Now, I'm gonna just cut to the chase. Most of the time, back in the day, you know, they used masonry, which they had whites and black masons. They used masonry to really kind of like get people to stand together with a code of honor.
Right.
But in the movie of Rosewood, they show how a lot of the black folks got killed, and it's because the black mason
Free
he
and
tried to
accepted.
look out. Yeah, he tried to look out for a white mason that was on the run, and some kind of way the white mason came through, and I don't know if the scent got there and the dog followed it to the house. It was something like that in the movie. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was a white mason that got with a black mason, and he helped him because he was a mason. They told him not to. They told the brother not to help the white guy because he was a criminal. He had then committed a crime.
Yeah,
Okay.
heinous crime with that woman.
Yeah, he raped the white girl. That's what he did. He raped the white woman. So, but anyway, Brother Shaw showed us that movie before we could even go and get it accepted. And they was investigating, out, doing everything, you know, before we rode that goat. And I took from that, what I took from that, I was only about 24 years old when I got made. So I've been on the square for over 20 years. I'm 47 now. I don't flaunt it like I used to because, of course, I'm not still with the lodge in the lodge right now, but I'm still affiliated with some of my brothers, and I might have that brother to come on one day if we could get him. But my point is, man, that's why so many people were Masons back in the day, because it was this code of honor that they would use for all the upstanding citizens back then. You know what I'm saying? And it was very popular. It was very popular, you know? And it was really popular, and it was the thing to do. But some people took it and did the right thing with it. And I can't even speak on the people who did it and took it and did the wrong thing with it, because I don't know many. I don't know many that did the wrong thing. Yeah. Because once I became a Mason, of course, I basically, had my ups and downs, but I got my life together. Okay. I didn't shame the square. I can tell you that. I didn't shame the square, and I'm still not shaming the square. So, like I said, shout out to my lodge, Roy Willis in Monroe, Louisiana. But yeah, that's all I got, bro. I just
man, that could be an episode too, because got a lot of family members that are Masons and Eastern Stars. There's a lot of our followers out there. I know for a fact are, and even though I never rode the goat or gotten there, I have a grand appreciation for those brothers and sisters that are doing the positive thing. And I just want to put this out. Regardless of what your belief is of this organization or organizations, or what you may have heard from some, just remember, just like any organization, it's got good and bad. But I want you to focus, if you're going to look at history, at some of the good things. And I'm going to leave this last note on the Mason, because I want to talk a little bit about mommy before we go into our next topic. When we were kids, one of the biggest things that was going on in Thibodeau, especially BTU area, is when they had a party. And where was that party at? At the Masonic Temple Lodge, right there on LaGarde
The
Street.
Masonic Temple.
Come on.
They used to call it the Masonic Temple Hall.
Yeah, Masonic Temple Hall.
The Masonic Temple Hall. Yeah, they used to call it.
The first time I ever danced in front of somebody like I don't care happened in that hall. And I know a lot of people had a lot of good eats and a lot of good memories in that. So we have to talk about that to some people that know and that's in the know with Thibodeau. Now I want to hurry up and get to my great-grandmother real quick, because this is where the living legacy for me started at. You know, I didn't know my great-great-grandmother. I know of her. I know where she is buried at, but I knew my great-grandmother. I was raised, and a lot of people were raised by my great-grandmother, Mommy, Mary Richard. That was her name, Richard, married name.
Mama them used to call her Mim.
Hey,
Mama said that Mim was mommy or grandma in French or something. I don't know.
What I do know is everybody in Labadeville knew who Mary Richard was.
They used to call her Cousin May.
Hey, you know, when she was younger, she used to make underwear for people in Labadeville. She was a seamstress.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. She also beat butt too.
Oh yeah. She never whooped me, but Mommy, she was very she was a woman of very few words by the time I met her. I'm gonna just say that because I was a kid and I was always the youngest of 5 when we was up there, or 6. Was it 6? Yeah, it was 3. It was Beverly 3 boys and my mama 3 boys, because Chris couldn't come. He was too young.
Yeah.
So I was the youngest of 6 whenever I was up there. And Mommy was she was a woman of very few words. She'd tell you something, and that's what she was gonna do. She was gonna tell you what she had to say, and she was gonna walk off pretty much.
Yeah.
You know?
And she meant what she said.
Yes, sir. You better go on.
Mommy was somebody that you definitely didn't want to play around and see if she was joking with you, because she'll show you quicker than she could tell you.
Yeah, that shit put your mama on you too. That's
our
mama get on us.
Yeah, you was gonna get some extras. Couple of things about Mommy. When she was alive, we was kids. We used to have Thanksgiving up there, and the one thing I remember about Mommy is that no matter how much my mom or Aunt Beverly or anybody else under her had something to do or they had plans, if Mommy called and said, y'all need to get up to Bayou for Thanksgiving dinner, guess where we was going? Up the Bayou. Everybody was going to be up there to eat. And there was no question of, well, I can't come right now. Maybe I'll come later. You better be up there before they say grace over the dinner, or it's going to be some problems and repercussions.
Yeah.
And she just had that power over people. Another thing I remember about Mommy is funny as hell to me. Man, it's really more than that. I can tell you how she saved me from a chicken that attacked me and some other crazy stuff, but I'm gonna say that for another story. One time, Mommy was in the backyard. She used to have like a garden in the back, and she said, "Hey, boy, go up yonder in the Frigidaire and fetch me some water." And I was like, where is yonder? And I got to fetch the water. Or was that a different way of pouring it? So I went in. I figured out she just wants some water. So I'm thinking, you know, she's my great-grandmother. So I'm just going to bring her a little glass of water. So I bring her this glass. It's about this size of a glass of water. So I give it to Mommy. She stops using the little tool she had in the garden, takes a drink, never stops, drinks the whole thing, and she gives it to me. And she said, boy, when I ask you for some water, you bring me some water in a cup, not this little bitty glass. And I was like, I thought she was going to be like all nice and have a little. She was like, nah, when I say water, bring me a big Tupperware cup of water. And that's the person she was. I got lucky enough to massage her feet and her ankles when she was alive. And Jonathan, when I tell you, Mommy had steel calves, them things, even she must have been in her in the 90s at this time. They were still rock solid. And what she told me was when she was younger, they used to walk from Labadeville to Thibodeau and back.
Damn.
Walk, not a donkey, not a cart. They just walked to the general store and back. And last thing I'm gonna say about Mommy, I was lucky to go see her before I went back to Germany the second time. And I said, Mommy, I want to go riding around with you and stuff, you know, because Mommy didn't drive. So we went riding through the sugarcane fields and stuff, and she showed me where they used to live at. They didn't always live where she is now. She showed me where the general store was. She showed me a whole lot of stuff. And the funniest thing was, you know, we had a great time. We went to get out the car to go to the store, and Mommy tried to get out with a seatbelt on, man. She got a good 2 feet on the ground for her seatbelt snatched in. I was like, oh, shit, Mommy, you all right? I thought I heard, she's like, oh, baby, I'm all right. I just bumped my head.
Yeah,
you know, for them, you know, it take a lot to get under their skin to hurt them. They were just tough, just built different, man. And I was glad I got to spend that quality time with her. And before I left her, she said, you know, I probably won't be here when you get back. And it hurt my heart, but it was true. And she passed away while I was in Germany. So,
well, I was fortunate to go on a fishing trip with my great grandmother, and I witnessed my great grandmother kill a snake, a goddamn cottonmouth, a water moccasin. You understand? Mommy killed the water moccasin with a goddamn cane knife, and I can't make that up. I saw her kill it myself with a cane knife.
Yeah.
And I was a kid, and I remember we was out there. I don't remember exactly what fishing spot we was at, but my grandmother.
Y'all didn't go to Lake Pontchartrain?
I don't think it was there. I can't really remember. I can't really remember where it was. But if I'm not mistaken, I think we was with my mama and grandmother. It was either my mama and mommy. That's who it was. It wasn't grandmother, because grandmother was still in Chicago. And yeah, I was a kid, so I know it was a bunch of us with her, with my mama. And I remember like yesterday, we was panicking because the snake was coming in. And Mommy killed the motherfucking snake with a cane knife. You know, that was a must to have a cane knife.
Oh yeah,
on the fish
with the hook on it.
When you go fishing, yeah, with the hook.
Yeah,
the
some people, believe it or not, don't know what a cane knife looks like, sugar cane knife, because you know with technology and the machete and stuff, that's what they use. But that sugar cane knife was no joke.
Some people call them ditchback blades. In jail, in prison, they got the big long ones with the hook on it, and they call it a ditchback blade. But you know, in South Louisiana, they used to have the cane knife. You know, you could have some short, some long. You know, but
yeah, we used to have one, a short one, a cane knife when we lived on LaGarde Street. But you ask some kids today, I bet you if you ask Ramon what a cane knife is, he gonna look at you like you're crazy. And Ramon knows something.
Nah, he don't. Yeah, he don't know that cane. He don't know nothing about that cane knife. That cane knife, that stopped in our generation right there. Yeah. We was the last, the Mohegan. Yeah. Well, Krishan might know about it.
I think Krishan.
Yeah. They know what a weed eater is. They don't know about that cane knife. Back in the day, that cane knife was the weed eater.
Yeah, that cane knife was everything. Hook. Hey, it was a weed eater. You take that hook to move the trash on the fire so you don't burn yourself. Kill snake. Yeah. I watch Mommy kill a snake in the yard. It was a grass snake though. Well, no, it was a black snake. I watched it kill it, the same thing with the cane knife. It was slithering away. It did its last slither that night. And she used to have it hung up on a tree, same place where she used to kill chicken. But I ain't gonna go into all that because we still got other topics to cover. But yeah, man. Much love, rest in spirit to Mommy and grandmother. But please, y'all, reach out to your relative, talk to them, find out some stuff. You'll be amazed. Amazed and impressed. Get those pictures out. All right. So what we going on to next, John? Oh, it's the Where That Weed At.
It's about that time, man. Yeah. All you wakers and bakers out there, you dig?
Yeah. Time to bake one.
Well, I got good news, man, for my current home state, the Southern Fried Mississippi, man, has finally legalized medical marijuana. Okay, they have became the 37th state out of 50 to legalize marijuana. All right, there you go. Yep, they got an anonymous bill. I think they said. Let me look at my notes. I don't want the fact checkers checking me in.
Hey, just let us know. This is not your facts. It's the facts that you read off the marijuana movement. Again, the stuff that we post up here, we are not getting any kind of kickback or any kind of
no kickback
past them. So if they see their name up here, don't expect us to put y'all up on blast all the time till y'all start giving us some money, because we're true blue Americans. We want to get paid for it. We don't mind putting your name and your good work out there, but we like to get a little kickback on that. Just wanted to put that out, PSA.
Yeah, and this is the investor or whatever. But anyway, the bill was almost a landslide vote of 104 to 14, you know, and of course Tate Reeves had a couple of things to say about it, but once everything gets squared away and everything gotten rewritten so that he could be satisfied with it, everything gonna be passed. And they said you can have up to 3 ounces of marijuana. I was saying to myself, shit, 3 ounces? Now, I'm not a smoker, but I guess a smoker could probably smoke 3 ounces of marijuana in a course of 30 days.
We know some people that can.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of smokers in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to all the family smokers, man.
Yeah.
Puff, puff, give, motherfucker.
Puff, puff, pass.
Puff, puff, give, pass, all that, you dig? So, yeah, man, congratulations finally to Mississippi for getting that bill passed, man. There's a lot of people who need that medical marijuana. It was one kid that I seen that kind of sticks out in my mind. I kind of remember the story from scratch. This particular kid, he suffered from seizures, and his mother was saying she had to move out of the state of Mississippi so that she can go somewhere to where she can treat her kid, allow him to get the cannabis or the CBD treatment so that it could lessen the effects or lessen the amount of seizures this kid was having, because Mississippi wouldn't allow her to get the treatment for a kid here in the state of Mississippi because it wasn't legalized. So yeah, for all the people that's suffering, man, you know, they need the marijuana. So don't get it misconstrued when I'm reporting every episode on the First and Fifth Son podcast. Yes, I do support the movement of legalizing marijuana for all the right reasons, all the health reasons, not just the reasons of, hey, let's smoke some grass and you know, get some ass. You know, I mean, I agree with that too. But
hey, I'm with you on that, Jonathan. You know,
yeah,
a lot of people look at it as only for recreational purposes and stuff, but that case, unfortunately, is not a one-off. There's many families that had to make the hard decision to uproot their whole family. I remember when Colorado was the first to legalize, and there was families in North Carolina and Virginia that, you know, they were hardcore Republicans and they didn't want marijuana, but this was their family that they was talking about. And that's why I tell people, regardless of how you feel about people that smoke weed recreational, look at the science, look at the full benefits of the story. Number one, there we go, we're back.
We got shut down.
Well,
I started dancing when we shut down.
Hey, your dancing brought it back. I'm gonna leave that in. Your dancing brought it back.
Yeah.
But marijuana, number one, it helps so many people that have debilitating injuries, and not just adults, but the kids. For anybody to say that they're okay with a kid to suffer and die in pain because they don't like the moral aspect of marijuana, you need to get way
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. And I want to make sure you clear when I said what I said. Get way the fuck out of here if you think it's okay for a kid to suffer.
That's
Now, with
right.
that being said, there's some other benefits financially. If you
Yeah.
look at the revenue that these states are bringing in from legalizing
Right.
something that shouldn't have been illegal in the first place, that's a whole other story. We could get
Right.
money to help with the states that need infrastructure money, the states that need money to help with the school, the states that need money to help people get off of weed and other drugs. This is money that is going to be coming. The only difference is instead of it coming to the IRS and the taxes to take care of good tax-paying citizens, it's going through the black market areas with people that have criminal enterprises. You wonder how they get all this money. We got to look at this bigger than what it is or what you've been force-fed, because it can benefit us without hurting us. This is a win-win. And that's all I'm saying, because I get on my platform forever on that, Jonathan. You know how I feel about that.
Oh yeah, man. You gotta take a stand. You gotta understand what's going on with this marijuana. And you know, me and RV both agree that it's a wonder drug that's very much needed, you know. So yeah, legalize that weed, baby.
Legalize.
Hey, legalize that weed, baby. We gonna continue to report on it every single episode. Another state.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's about it with the great cannabis on this segment of Where That Weed At.
Well, that was a good way to slide in, because marijuana can or cannot benefit health-wise. But my next segment is talking about health, because what I always say, what my mom used to pass down to us, your health is your wealth. And this segment, we want to talk about what we could do. Again, I'm thinking about the short-term things that you could do to get jump started. You can't just go in the gym and start lifting 90 pounds like you used to. You can't go out there and run a whole mile and expect to be okay like you used to. The body just don't work like that. But you can work the body starting in little increments. And the one little increment I want to tell y'all about now, unfortunately, when we post this, it's going to be after the Super Bowl. But you can do this for any TV show that you're watching. When your TV show goes to a commercial break, you need to do some type of exercise. And use those commercial breaks of 30 seconds. You have like 3 or 4 commercial breaks before the show comes on. So you got 2 minutes to do something. And me and Big Barker was just talking about one exercise that'd be easy to do. You probably do that within 30 seconds. In the military, we call it the wide arm or the chest stretch. And basically what you do when that TV goes to commercial, get up off your couch or your chair. I need you to get up, and then just take your hands, put them in front of you, and spread them out. Spread it out till you feel it stretch, and then bring it back. And I want you to do that about 10, 15 times. And if you're feeling real good about it, go ahead and throw some variations in there where you bring it as far out as you can, bring it over your head, bring it down, and bring it back up. And what you're doing when you do that is you're not just working your chest, you're working your deltoids, you're working your traps, you're working your shoulders, you're working your neck muscles, and some of your back muscles. And this is how you start getting into shape, starting to loosen up that stuff so you get that muscle memory, so you can do those extra push-ups or go ahead and try to lift some extra weight. Now, if you got kids at the house, I'm going to tell you, this is a blessing and a curse, because if you tell the kids this is what we're going to do, they're going to hold you to it. Because the kids don't need it.
They're going to keep you honest.
And I'm going to tell you right now, some of y'all parents, you know I'm talking directly to you, not everybody, but you know who I'm talking to. Don't you slap them kids upside their head when they tell you it's time for them to do the exercise. Don't you do that. you let them be right, and you do the exercise with them, because they helping you. Don't hit them kids, and don't you yell at them. You know who I'm talking to.
Don't be like, get your bald head ass out of here.
You know them kids are right. They trying to help you get your summer back.
Let your kids help your chunky ass get in shape.
Let the kids help you. Let that music motivate you, and just get off that couch for that couple of minutes and do something. You'll be surprised at how much that will help you after a week. You'll start seeing some changes. You'll start feeling some changes after a week if you keep doing it. If you don't chastise the kids for telling you you need to keep doing it. So that's all I really got for help right now, Jonathan. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. But again, don't blame the kids for getting you right.
Get your ass off there.
Get your ass off that.
Leave them kids alone. Put them Cheetos down.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, what's next, bro?
Hey, we're gonna close this off with our sports talk, man. We want to talk about a little sports and maybe slide in some music on there.
Oh yeah. All right, man. On this segment of sports talk, I wanted to talk about last year's Super Bowl. They had what's his name? The Weeknd. That was Super Bowl 55. Mm-hmm. This year for Super Bowl 56, they got K-Dot, which is Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige. And I think Snoop gonna be there, Dre gonna be there. Shit, I even heard 50 Cent might be there. Mm. But everybody's hella excited about that. And like, damn, that's gonna be I'm excited about it. And also, I guess the game, I'm excited about the game, but of course my team ain't in there. But every year, all football fans, we come together and we accept the fact that we gotta watch somebody else's team. And
I never accept that my Bears are not there. I just put up with it. I never accept it. Come on, Chicago.
Hey, how about them Bears? The Bears hibernate, man. They gonna be all right. How about them Saints, baby? Who bet? But back to my sports report. Hey, so here's the thing. My theory. This is my theory. So every year, all us gridiron fans, we get together and we root and we root and we get these chicken wings and these goddamn Rotel dips and what they call it, hot wing dips and all this good shit. And we watch football and we get so emotionally involved with the gambling, of course, the side betting and all of that good shit and the alcohol, you know, everybody hooping and hollering and hooping at the damn TV. You just can't get enough of the goddamn sport. This is the last game. That's it. This is the last fucking football game of the year until preseason come back around. You dig? So, man, look, get excited. Let's see who's gonna win. I'll be in West Memphis, Arkansas tomorrow to watch the game. But guess what? I'm gonna be watching that motherfucker. I'm gonna be hooping and hollering. I might not have no chicken wings, but I might not have no alcohol neither. But I'm gonna be watching the game. I'm gonna be excited because my team ain't playing. But the game of football is being played, and we're gonna be excited as a motherfucker to be in attendance. Billions of people gonna be watching. So let's go, Odell Beckham Jr. I ain't rooting for a team. I'm rooting for players. Let's go, ODB. You know what I'm saying? And them Rams. Fuck them Rams, but shit. Let's go, Odell.
Yeah, I'm looking for Odell, and I'm looking for that quarterback, man, because I was in Detroit when he was in Detroit, and they ain't showing him the love like he did. Now, he can put the big F-U to everybody that was doubting him now. He in the Super Bowl now, baby. But
hey, it's gonna be electrifying though. I mean, you know, because it's still up in the air, man. Joe Burrows, man, they talking about it. I've been watching it all week.
Yeah,
it's like an upset in the making. Like everybody got the goddamn Rams winning, but the fucking Bengals might upset their ass, man.
Hey, if the Bengals upset them, that's going to be the greatest upset in history because, like you said, everybody's cheering for the Rams for a different reason, but the Bengals, man, they hungry. It's been a while since they even heard of the Bengals.
Look, I bet you a lot of y'all didn't know that the Bengals had a similar chant to that the Saints got. The Saints got who that, but the Bengals got who they. And I heard that shit on the radio. I was like, who they? They done stole the Saints shit. But they said the who they saying goes back way back to the motherfucking 80s or the 70s sometimes.
Okay, I just want to put this in there.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'm Bears fans for life. I really don't care about any other team but the Bears. Just got to put that disclaimer out there. But when it comes to them Saints, boy, who that nation? That Who Dat Nation is over the. I don't care what Cincinnati said or what they got archived. When you go back to Bum Phillips, you talking about Who Dat. When you talk about them
Big
Cajuns and them Creoles down there, they say Who Dat before anybody. So the Cincinnati team, Who They, that don't even sound right, man.
They call themselves the Who They. They call themselves the Who They Nation. Who They.
Yeah.
Who They.
Look,
I'm like, man, where the fuck that shit come from?
I'm gonna call them the Who They Be. Who they be like? Hey, they be like Who Dat. That's the same, man. Remember copyright infringement.
Look, the last time they was making some noise, they had that running back, Icky Woods. Icky Woods.
Icky Shuffle.
And he used to do the Icky Shuffle. Yeah, he got the Geico commercial.
Yeah.
And but anyway.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, they called my number 44. 44. Woo! I'm gonna get some cold cuts today. Icky, man, Icky on there looking, man. He look rough as a goddamn.
Hey, man, but that's a classic piece of commercial. I love that, especially how he stuffed that meat on the ground. But that's the only thing they can have. They can have that Icky Shuffle because that was real back then and even now. But that Who They need to get out the way with that Who They. Because
they never said Who They when the Icky Shuffle was out.
Because they was
knew
copying
about
off
the Icky Shuffle. Yeah, but you never heard of Who They. Now they saying that they got a. I heard that on the morning show, man, on a segment of a sports show. I heard that bullshit, and I was like, man, this is some motherfucking bull. I was kind of pissed off about it. Who
Hey,
they?
Jonathan, again, I'm claiming my Bears because I don't want anybody to get twisted. But right behind the Bears is some Saints. And my guess, my thought is that when the Who Dat Nation was going off, because the Saints used to have a little big thing when Bum Phillips was there, and everybody thought it was going to do something with Who Dat. And I can't bet on it, but I got a feeling that they heard that when it was international with the Who Dat talk about beating them Saints, and some slapjack motherfucker out there said, hey, we can say Who They, and that'll be cool, right? And nobody bothered them because nobody was thinking about it because it's all about Who Dat. And now they up there, they talk about Who They. Better get up out of here with that.
Hey, them motherfuckers talking about the Who They Nation has been in existence for a while, man. Over 30, 40 years, man.
Hey, you know what my answer? Right. Hey, you know what my answer to that statement on that? Who Dat?
That's right.
Who Dat talking about beating them Saints? Who Dat? Who Dat?
You sound like an original fucking Saints fan, man.
I was down there, man. You know, I'm city born, but country.
Hey, you went back. You went back to your roots right there, boy. That Louisiana bloodline came out your ass.
I was about to put on some black gold, start riding, boy. Y'all don't want nothing about this. You don't want nothing on this over here, boy. Cincinnati, boy. You don't want nothing on this. All you gotta do is
put a little bit of gold on your shirt. You're gonna be an original Saint. They gonna say, yeah, he one of them Saints.
Hey.
They gonna run you off from the Bears, man. But look, all right, I'm gonna wrap the sports up, man. May the best team win. I got a little something, man, some exciting news to me because back in the day when Tupac was on Death Row and Suge Knight was on Death Row, Snoop Dogg, man, shit, everybody in their motherfucking mama was listening to Snoop Dogg and Tupac and All Eyes on Me, watching every move the goddamn Death Row Empire made. So fast forward to now, Suge is locked up. The label was sold, but the good news is Snoop Dogg, Mr. SNOOP himself, man, has bought goddamn Death Row Records. And he put out a new album on Death Row Records called Back on Death Row. And I was jamming that motherfucker today, man. Snoop got that bitch jamming like a fool. I was doing everything but smoking weed to that motherfucker. I was cooking steaks and salmon and goddamn fettuccine while I was listening to it, man. It was just so, the music was just so pure and organic, man. It was like, damn, man, Snoop, hey, man, Snoop ain't missed a motherfucking beat, man. Man, hey, that motherfucker jamming like a fool. That was one of the best ways that he could resurrect the motherfucking Death Row label. And he did his goddamn thing. I even had a couple of verses on there I added myself when I was driving listening to
Yes, sir.
Man,
Shout
Snoop
out to
was rap.
Snoop D-O-double-G.
Yeah, man.
Again,
Shouts
man,
out, man.
we talking about Snoop. We talking about somebody that spent some time down in Louisiana and got
Oh
to
yeah.
feel a little bit of that Who That Nation with Master
yeah.
P, who actually taught him the game to bring him
That's
full
right.
circle to where now he owns Death Row. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the history of hip hop because you know it's behind my shoulder right there. I got
Right
a
on.
poster by Justin Bull. He does a lot of hip hop murals and stuff. This hip hop game can't stop and won't stop.
That's
The
right.
significance of Snoop Dogg getting that Death Row Records back is bigger than just him being able to come back to where he came from. It's about preserving legacy. Because, like you said,
Yeah.
Death Row was out, man. They were hitting that all around the world. Europe,
Right.
Russia, everybody knew about Death Row Records. And with all the ups and downs, this really what put Snoop on the map. Now
Right.
that we get to the point that Snoop is owning it, this is why I really hope our young people look at this and learn from this. It's not about the
Full
flash.
circle.
It's about the hustle, full circle, and the legacy to go forward. Everybody's talking about Snoop having this record, but what people are not paying attention to is the fact that Snoop had another come up with this. You know how much money he's getting because he owns the label? You know how much money he's going to be leaving to his family because he owns that label along with a lot of other stuff that he's doing? This is legacy
Generational
building.
wealth.
It's generational wealth. It's legacy building in the making. And this is what we need to be doing. Thinking about the future because we're not always going to be here. But while we're here, we should be building that every step. So shout out
let me
to
just
Snoop.
chime in with that.
Go ahead, man.
Shout out to Snoop. But look, Jay-Z did the same thing, right? Rockefeller Records was sold. Of course, it was a three-way split. Jay-Z, Dame, and Big, you know, they were all the owners, three-way split. Jay-Z ended up going over to Def Jam. He ended up being a executive or something over there, president, something like that. And he had a big position. And some kind of way, of course, I ain't gonna say some kind of way, he had the money. So he went on ahead and negotiated his way right on into getting his record label back. And that's how he got Rockefeller Records back and changed it over to Rock Nation. I might be a little bit off on the quote right there, but y'all could go ahead and fact check that for me. But I think I'm off the top of the dome. I think I'm pretty square with that because I be on my entertainment like that because I'm a fan.
I would tell you this, John.
You could bet that. What's up,
you might
bro?
not be on the quote, but you definitely in the square on the information that it was full circle. And again,
right.
This thing is about legacy building. Jay-Z, shout out to Jay-Z again. I hope we get to hear from these cats. I'm always talking about monetizing because my mind's just focused being a great American about capitalism. But for real, I look up to these guys, especially in hip hop, because back in the 80s, they said hip hop was going from the streets to the boardrooms. And that's exactly what's happening. We went from this, you know, this stuff that you see behind me to people wearing ties and having planes and owning some assets, not just some chains, some assets. And the one thing that Jay-Z and Snoop and all of them been saying, especially Jay-Z, he put out a record called The Blueprint. He was telling us how we can get our money right from the bottom. Not just you got your
Blueprint 1 and 2.
Yeah, but he's dropping knowledge on that. I mean, even the last song he did with OJ, you know, the video was shocking. There's a lot of funny stuff, but there's some stuff that he's saying in there that if you are on the streets and you trying to get right, he's giving you some nuggets on how to get right. Giving it to you. But thing is,
people getting you $1 million worth of game for $19.99. Yep. Or $14.95. One of them.
If you listen to it, the knowledge is there to be got. So I'm not gonna go on that too much because I love my hip hop, the history of hip hop, and I'm definitely gonna be doing some talking in the future about that. But I just wanted to plug that in there, man. Shout out to the legacy builders. So that's all I got, Jonathan. If you don't have anything, man, we can go ahead and wrap this up.
And that brings the fourth episode of First and Fifth Son to Clizzos. Huh?
Yep. Thank y'all for joining us again. And congratulations to whoever won And we'll be talking about that in episode 5, plus some more things. Again, I'm not going to get out of here without telling y'all, go ahead, subscribe, go ahead and like, and go ahead and hit that comment button. Not even in that order, but do all 3 of them. Love y'all. This has been the First and Fifth Son
and
podcast.
It's free on me.
It's free on Big Barker.
Yep.
Do that thing. Do that thing.
All right.
All right, y'all. Peace. 1.
Deuces.
I'm busting blocks in my Chevy, busting blocks in my Chevy. I ain't got no fucking diamonds, but I'm shining, I'm the shit. I'm busting blocks in my Chevy, busting blocks in my Chevy. I ain't got no fucking diamonds, but I'm shining, I'm the shit.